Let's talk about 2022 for the Ethereum price. What's realistic, what my prediction is, and of course, some macroeconomics involved as well. There's a lot of factors driving the markets right now. It's not just technical analysis, which many of you know I cover on my channel. By the way, subscribe if you like daily price action. But I want to talk in this video about more of a macro view, mid to long term view on the Ethereum price for 2022. So if that sounds good, as I said, smash up the like button, make sure you're subscribed. Guys, before we get into analyzing the chart, like I would normally do on the technical analysis front, I want to talk about fundamentals. Fundamentals are very, very important in any asset class. The crypto markets at the moment, and you could say since March 2020, where we saw record lows when Ethereum was down at $90. What we've noticed is a lot of cheap, easy money. We've had interest rates at record low numbers, of course, a lot of free, easy money, a lot of stimulus, obviously, with what happened in the global health crisis. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word on YouTube, but you all know what I'm talking about. And there's been, of course, a lot of money going around, a lot of institutional investors getting into the space of crypto. What we've seen as of late, when Bitcoin and Ethereum peaked at around sort of November period, where we saw all-time highs, and we're talking about Ethereum in this video. There will be another video analyzing Bitcoin on a 2022 basis, but this is Ethereum. So what we're talking about here is a high of $4,870 thereabouts. And since that point of time, we've seen a lot of dovish activity from the Federal Reserve. There's been talk about tapering. They've been talking about interest rate hikes to combat the rising inflation. Inflation is rising, there's no doubt about it, and real inflation rates are much, much higher than most even believe. Obviously, we have noted inflation or nominal interest rates at around 6%, but real interest rates they believe are running anywhere 10% plus. In fact, if they went by how they measured inflation back in the 80s, we would have something like what we saw in the 80s, around 15, 16% plus. So inflation's running high, and to combat that, the only way the Fed can really do that is by increasing interest rates. But the problem we have now that we didn't have 20, 30 years ago is the amount of debt in the system. There's a lot of debt. So it would really almost be impossible for them to do that. So the only way out of it is for them to print money. Of course, that helps assets. It helps gold. It helps Bitcoin, crypto. But what we're seeing currently is a lot of sideways movement, stagflation, you could call it, a lot of dovish activity, where we see the price action just trading really very much sideways over the last few months here. What I'm seeing for 2022, I want to go into the technicals here to show you exactly where I feel the price levels are going to go, because actually I'm still bullish. I am short term slightly bearish going into the spring, but beyond that, I'm quite bullish. I'm going to show you my levels and what I suspect going throughout the rest of the year. But very quickly before I do that, guys, if you are into crypto, I trade crypto. Many of you that follow my channel or subscribe know that. If you want to learn more about trading, because we can make money when the price is going up or down, do check out our academy, the Marzel Trading Academy. You can join us here. All the information is through the Patreon link, and the way that we run the academy is all through Discord. It's interactive learning. We have live video training, live video sessions, so you can check out all the channels there and learn in an interactive way for complete beginners to intermediates. So guys, yeah, all the information's on Patreon. So what I want to cover now is more on the technical side of things. The technicals, of course, tell us a lot, but I thought for a video covering the whole of 2022, it's important to run through the fundamentals as well. So the first thing we can do here is, of course, run a Fibonacci level from the swing low back in March 2020, where the bull cycle started, you could say, going up to the swing high. What we're currently seeing, I mean, guys, we have been seeing some downward action as of January, but the fact of the matter is, in this bull cycle, we have gone up in terms of the percentage as high as 5,612%. Not bad for 18 months of any asset class. I think you agree. And currently, we're up 4,400%. So those of you that are bearish and worrying, oh, we're down, we're actually up 4,500% for the year. Not bad at all. But let's talk about what I was saying earlier in the video, where I expect a little bit more bearish activity before we continue bullish. So you can see these levels. They mark key support levels for the Ethereum price. I do believe this 0.382 level will be hit at some point in the next month. You can see that would take us to a price of around $3,035. I believe that's almost a dead cert. Okay, you can see volume decreasing, not much going on. This is, by the way, a bullish pattern when you have a descending channel like that. I believe we're at least going to come to this. Of course, you can still break to the downside, and if we break below this level, that will be an indicator that we're going to see the next level, which is the zero point 0.5 fib level. Could take us down to around 2,500. And the real low, I can't see us dropping below this. This would be really bearish, but it still wouldn't change my 2022 bullish prediction. I believe the low is around $1,900. I can't see it getting lower than that. So what you've all been waiting for is my more bullish prediction and where I believe that we're going to end up. And I believe the real all-time high prices are going to be seen again once in the summer. Reason being, I believe that's when the Fed will come in and the interest rates won't be hiking up as much as people anticipated. Basically, they simply can't raise interest rates as much as they would like because there's just too much debt in the system. And institutional investors, I believe, will be getting back into the space at that point as well. So, what I can see beyond that, going bullish, like I said, that's the most bearish case scenario for me, 2020, $1,900. I think the most likely scenario is around $2,400. And now going to the bullish scenario, guys. And by the way, quickly, I'm on Twitter, Marzel_money. I post there every day as well. And make sure you like this video, share it if I've provided value so far. Let's get into the bullish price prediction. So this is what I'm seeing. We do have somewhat of a ceiling price to break in terms of resistance. You could look at it like that. And you could also equally draw in a support level as well, which looks something along the lines of this. So you kind of got this rising wedge. Now that would mean that we're at the bottom and the support of that wedge. So it could be the case where we're going to come up for another leg and hit an all-time high sooner rather than later. However, there is evidence to suggest we may be moving to the downside initially, guys. However, that could not happen, and we could see a break to the upside. And ultimately, the bullish scenario here, what you want to do initially is I'm actually still looking at this cup and handle pattern. That was a big cup and handle pattern that we got throughout last year. So we had the cup, we had the handle, and ultimately the breakout of this could take us much higher. And as a percentage, as a trade, we could be looking at something along around the region of around $6,200 short term. I believe by the summer, um, uh, let's say late spring, early summer, we will come at the latest. It could happen much sooner, guys. Don't get me wrong. If this continues, this wedge continues, but at the very latest, by end of spring, early summer, we will hit all-time highs. I then believe by summer to autumn, it will be around $6,200. And then I believe we can make another parabolic run up like we have seen on this leg, or equally on this leg. And I believe we'll finish 2022 around the $10,000 mark. Let me know if you agree. Comment below. And I believe that's very conservative. It could be far higher. It could be anywhere between $12,000 and $16,000. But I think $10,000 would be a very accurate prediction, guesstimate, if you like, but it is based on solid technicals as well, guys. So once again, if you want to make money in the meantime, as well as hodling, we teach in my academy how to trade, Marzel Trading Academy. You can join us. All the information is down below in the Patreon link. If you found value, once again, share this. And there's a trading bonus down below on Bybit, $4,100. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. And I'll be doing a video like this on Bitcoin as well. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you'll subscribe to watch that. Take care, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.